Okay, it says we're live. It's office hours with me, Professor Jimmy. That's what my college students call me in class, which is kind of nice, respectful, and all that. My name is Jimmy Young, and I am going to be hosting Office Hours with Professor Jimmy every Monday night on school.com. That's SKOOL.com. Because really, when you're broadcasting, spelling doesn't matter. It doesn't count. It's all about how it sounds, right? That is part of my EPIC curriculum, where I'll be teaching Generation Text how to talk using TV broadcast skills acquired over a 30-year career. I say 30, even though it really could be 40 years, but bottom line is I've been working in media since 1977 when I first met a guy by the name of Jimmy Myers. He was the first Black sportscaster in Boston in the 70s. Jimmy then went on to work at WOR, Channel 9 in New York. He also worked at ESPN, and he was at the time the WBZ TV4 weekend anchor. And the fun thing is, Jimmy's going to be coming to my class, my real class, as opposed to the online classes that I hope to be teaching for school.com. Hey, you know what, Bill? This is historic. You know why?
Yeah.
Because you're the first guest that I have live in this show. And everybody's finding out that, oh, I got to pay to have access to it. I said, yes, it's $1 a month and $10 for a year.
How can you go wrong? All right.
Well, there's a lot of ways you could go wrong, I suppose. And look, we have live captioning. I'm going to turn that off because that is annoying to me. And we are back recording. That's good. So I'm learning this for the first time, Bill. Okay. And some of these communities have hundreds, if not thousands of people in it. And the idea is to build the community followers, and then you sell the courses that you're going to be teaching to the people in the community. And one of the things that I could actually ask Bill about is he's actually had a tutorial with me in the past, haven't you?
I have. It was very helpful. Yes.
We got you fooled. And do you remember
10 years ago, actually?
I started Young Broadcasters of America in 2008, and we were live streaming with under 18-year-olds, 10 to 18-year-olds in 08, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. I was running workshops on the weekends, afternoons, and of course, we ran some camps up in the Berkshires. We ran a sportscaster camp for 3 years at Dan Duquette's facility. So I did get to work with a lot of people. So now here's the question.
We brought my daughter's Girl Scout troop over to the studio, and they got a wonderful experience. And they got to do the green background, and they got to do some sportscasting, and they loved it. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I definitely think that the Teaching Generation Text to Talk course that I'm going to be offering is more geared towards young people. But when I say young people, and Bill, I know how old you are. Okay,
right.
Because we're in the same high school class.
Well, I'm still having to make presentations to people. I'm always looking for tips. And my daughter is now in sales. She's selling computer software, so I'm going to see if she'll join up, and maybe she can get some help with her presentation.
Well, that would be great. And obviously, there'll be one-on-one offerings. I have a whole rate card, if you will. I'm hoping that when I start teaching this Generation Text to Talk course, and I can record each episode, then I can actually make it available to anybody at any time, as opposed to, hey, I'm doing it live this week at this time. Like Tuesday nights in Milton at Curry College from 7 to 9:30 is when I'm teaching my Introduction to Sportscasting on TV and Radio course that I've taught since 2009 at Curry. Yeah, no, it's fun. I don't do it every year. I do it every third year. And this year, you'd think, and every year up until this year, I would get a little bump in my fee, if you will.
Yes, right.
Teaching it for so long. This year, they gave me a cut and pay of $1,800, and I was freaked by it because of all years, this is not the year you want to cut my pay.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Well, not that you ever want that to happen anyway. But my point is, and I said to and the weirdest thing, Bill, is I got an email from the school in July. Sorry, not enough people signed up for your course. We're not going to be able to offer it. Yeah. I was very disappointed, actually.
Of course,
I really like being in a classroom with kids. And kids, by the way, they're freshmen, sophomores. I think I have one 23-year-old in the class too. But and then I didn't hear anything from the school until Wednesday, the last Wednesday in August. I get a phone call. How come you weren't in class yesterday? I'm like,
Oh,
what do
yeah, right.
you guys canceled my class. What do you mean I
Yeah,
went to the class? I'm not going to go to a class that was canceled. They said, no, no, no. You have more. We know what happened. There was a clerical error. Oh,
oh,
it sounds like trying to get a license in cannabis. It's a clerical error.
right,
Um,
right.
you have to. So they said we sent it to your Curry email, and I'm like, oh, the one that I haven't used in 3 years because I
Yeah,
haven't taught here. That one
you're
I
right, right,
didn't get it. Oh, and my contract was in that too. Oh,
right,
sorry, I didn't get that one either.
right.
So I showed up at Curry the next day, that Thursday, and I spent a couple hours on there meeting the guy from the communications department, who's the head of that. And what the problem was, they had spun out this introduction to sportscasters course away from the communications umbrella, and they've started a sportscaster concentration.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm like, and now I'm finding out about this. Why in the world wouldn't you have called me to talk to
Right,
me about maybe, I don't know, teaching it every semester? How
right.
about how about giving me an opportunity to run your TV studio because there's dust in that studio?
Yeah,
Remember my little studio in Natick that you brought me
yeah.
down?
That
You
was
know,
pretty sophisticated. There was no dust over there.
no, because we used it every day.
Yeah, that was a pretty impressive,
But it
impressive
it was
setup.
it was built for $25,000, that
Wow.
studio,
That's
okay?
yeah,
And one click, just like school.com, one
yeah,
click, you're live on the internet, even though we're not sharing this feed with the
right.
internet right now. I'm gonna find out after the recording is over if, um, if I it says, and then you can download it. And I said, well, where do I download it? Do I download it to your platform, or can I download it onto my hard drive so I can edit the video? Which, of course, Bill, I know how to do that.
Sure.
Uh, and it's what I spend a lot of time. In fact, tonight, after I decide to pack it in, I think one of my news reporters may join me later. I sent a text. Did you get the text?
I think so.
Now, last night after the Sports World show, I had a real treat. I got to watch the end of the Orange Bowl game just like millions of sports fans out there. However, my producer, Mike Clyde, pulled a fast one on me and rolled a tape over my commentary while watching the end of the game. Now, we'll pick up the action with Sports Illustrated cover boy Scott Bentley, the freshman, teeing up the eventual winning field goal for FSU. Keep in mind, the only reason why I was rooting for the Seminoles in this game was because I wanted good guy Bobby Bowden to win his first national championship. Championship you win is the most difficult. Certainly good. Notre Dame, of course, they are more like this game. Kick it. 24 seconds to go. Kick it. Possible turn. Kick it. Field goal there. Hey, this is the time. Oh, the cover boy. Late to send it to game for justice. Yeah! Yeah! Bobby Bowden! Yeah! There's going to be a penalty here for the excessive celebration. Get back on the fifth. Get back. We got 12 more seconds. I get back on the fifth. Simba. 8 seconds left in the game. Oh, in the middle of the crowd. Oh, no! Oh! Fixing the goal. Oh! Should have a second light there. He was squarely down. They pulled the pedal 0-1 up. Can't blood on him. They can't go and they probably go ball. They have blood on my left. Oh, they're going to put it on the scoreboard. I was asking well, they do have time. They can't believable. Correct that. This is a national championship game, and they don't have a computer where the ball should be spotted.
I don't think there is. Anyway,
Can you believe that?
the computer game.
What is going on with this guy? Look at this. I mean, the poor coach. This poor coach has never won a national championship. He thinks he's
These
won.
officials are from.
This can tell me. Come on, dude, and tell me the officials didn't know when the ball was
The
down.
referee is checking with the press box.
He is checking with the press box. He is watching it us, maybe. They can't do that. Oh my God!
The press box.
And we want them to have a national championship game. It's the NCAA.
Here, that's my solution to radio
It's
TV.
terrible. They should just every game call it a tie.
Right into the rhythm.
It's 28? Oh, sure. What the hell? The 28-yard line. Why don't you put him in the freaking end zone?
1 second up.
Well, his mom can't even see, and there's glasses on. Look at him. He can't even go lunch. They're going to take it away from this guy.
National champ. Boy,
I am so upset.
emotion out of it.
Dude, any justice, this guy misses wide right.
You're only the half.
Block it.
And
He missed it. Yeah! Yeah! Thank you, Bobby. Can't go, baby. All right, what can I tell you, folks? A little emotional after 12 days straight. What do you expect? Pat Forsey's in studio. I got to get his critical analysis of that. And we'll be back with phone calls and who you think's number one and the Patriots and the whole 9 yards. Sports World's back.
And then
There we are. Oh, and Amy Carter's here. Yes, there was, but they put so they had that pass,
So they
and the
kick
guy was down.
back.
There's Amy
Yep.
Carter. I'm so excited.
I just watched that whole news thing. That was awesome watching it.
So they
Oh, okay.
caught you behind the scenes while you were just rooting for going crazy behind the scenes.
Right. Wait. Amy, were you alive in 1993?
Of course I was. Of course I was. I was born 1979, Jimmy.
Oh, wow. Whoa,
Last year of the 70s.
that was the year I graduated college. And by the way, Bill, isn't that the year you graduated college too?
I took a gap year, so I graduated 80. Yep,
Okay.
1980.
So
Yeah.
Bill is my buddy from high school, Amy, and we had our 50th high school reunion this past Saturday night.
Yes, how'd it go?
Bill,
Jimmy
how
was
did-
a master out there. He was a master of ceremonies. He was just running the show. He did great. Yeah. We didn't get to hear your music though. I was waiting for the music.
okay, so the music was on the entire time, but she had it so low, no one could hear it.
Oh, no wonder. Okay, yeah. Okay.
When everybody left at the end, right?
Yeah.
Everybody
yeah.
left the place and emptied out. I could hear the music.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right.
So-
I couldn't hear it all night. Yeah. All right. That's
Debbie, I sent her the link to the Spotify playlist. I think it's the 1975 NSHS Best of playlist. Really,
I'm
very
gonna listen to that. I'll listen to that link.
right. And you can listen to it anytime you want. And I'm pretty sure. I think you can also add songs to it. So if just so you know, Bill, it's
Yeah.
16 hours long.
Well, I talked to Chandler today. He wants the link to the film. He wants the link to the Chandler.
That's also I sent that to you too.
Okay, I'll send that to him because he's dying to see it because he doesn't come to the reunions. Chandler Bosworth.
Chandler Bosworth.
Yeah, but he's on the film. He's like, you
Wait,
know.
wait,
like-
wait a second. You're
Yeah.
still friends with Chandler Bosworth?
Oh yeah, I talk to him all the time. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I only had one home run in Little League, and it may have been against him.
No.
I think it may have been. He was a good pitcher.
I'll have to mention that. Oh, he'll get a kick out of it.
He won't remember. Maybe he will remember. Look, it is what it is. But
Yeah.
Amy, that's what we do is we reminisce about our when we were younger and we were athletes and we could do stuff, as opposed to what I explained to Bill at the top of the show, which is I just got to figure out a way to make a living sitting on my ass and talking to the screen. And now this school.
Well, you're good at it.
What's that?
You're good at it.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And Amy is one of my prize students. In fact, I'm most proud of Amy Carter. I can say that because I really, considering you had never done this before, we met, right?
Right.
And it was the late Rick Thompson who brought us together, kind of, right? In the afterlife, if you will. And I'm just so thrilled. I got to tell you, Bill, Amy, would you be willing to tell Bill your story a little bit?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I can do that.
So just so you know, Bill, I nominated Amy for Canna Mom of the Year
Okay.
in a Women in Cannabis competition or whatever. It's an expo, it's a trade show, and they had like 15 categories, and I saw Canna Mom. So I nominated her because I knew her story. And she'll tell you her story because she's better at that. And look at that. Look at that. Oh no, she wants to go trying to go horizontal. Is it going to happen or not?
I don't think so.
Why don't we all just like do this then?
Oh, so she's on her iPhone. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all right.
Okay,
You
got
get to, go ahead, Amy. I look. This is fun for me, by the way.
So I fought the mental health care system for, let's see, my son, when he was 2.5, he got diagnosed with autism, ADHD, and oppositional defiant disorder by two different neurologists. And I he had to be hospitalized when he was just 5 years old. He had to go to like a mental hospital. That was his first stay, and it just progressively he got worse over time, and he ended up. We had to call the police 127 times in 5 years
wow.
for his violent behaviors, and he was suspended from school a lot, and we had a lot of issues. He spent over 300 days in a residential facilities, and when he was we went on the Dr. Phil show in 2014.
He was nasty to you, Amy. He was
Yeah,
nasty.
he wasn't very nice. He made the whole show like, is his mother looking for attention or looking for help?
Oh
And
wow.
then at the
Okay.
very end, he was like, "Do I think you're doing that? No." He said, "Mark my words, you unequivocally will not be able to parent him in the next 2 years." Then I left the show. We got back home, and a few months later, CPS was called. I mean, they had been called a few times, but
Yeah.
nothing ever came about it. But this time they called, and they said that they thought I was giving him cannabis. Somebody called and said that I was giving him cannabis. Well, I
Wow.
wasn't. So I had to take him in for a blood draw to prove
Yeah.
that he had no cannabis in his system, which he didn't because I had never given it to him. At that time, I decided, you know what?
Maybe
I'm
I
going to
will.
go ahead and get his card. As soon as this CPS case is done,
Yeah.
I'm going to go get his card. I learned a lot about it.
Yeah.
So I went and got his card. He was 9 years old, and it completely changed our life. He is 18 now. His IQ has improved. He is no longer considered cognitively impaired. He is able to process input and be able to give out input to where
Wow.
he is insightful. He doesn't even qualify for the autism diagnosis any longer.
Wow. That's amazing. Jeez.
Uh,
And,
yeah,
and
he's
what was the concoction, Amy? How did you know what to give him? Because that's something I don't think I've ever asked you.
well. I started out giving him straight CBD, and
Mhm.
then mixing RSO with it so that he would get a ratio of the THC along with the CBD.
Yep.
What I noticed is it made him irritable, and I couldn't figure out why. Well, the CBD was stimulating one of the receptors, but wasn't giving them enough to do. So it was like, "Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready," but there was not enough THC being that they could, be content with, I guess you could say. So,
Yeah.
Well,
um,
it didn't activate the minor cannabinoids. See, Bill, this is the thing about this plant. I've learned
Yeah.
so much about it from people like
Yes.
Amy and others I've talked to. The THC, which is the intoxicating cannabinoid in cannabis, okay, uh, interacts with all the other minor cannabinoids in the plant, like CBD, CBN,
Mm.
CBG, and now they've discovered, Amy, another what? 100 cannabinoids, minor
yeah.
cannabinoids. 'Cause they're now starting. And by the way, thank you for interrupting your dinner and coming on with me. You
Yeah,
know,
sorry, I'm still eating.
no, no, it's great. I'm
Been a
thrilled.
busy
Look,
day.
I thought I'd be hanging out with Bill Scurry for an hour, which would have been fine,
Yeah.
but and I just appreciate. Look. I've sent out, I think it's about 120 emails, and I've got 10 signups. 10
Hmm.
signups,
That's
which
pretty good.
it's
Yeah.
not bad,
10%.
right?
Yeah.
No,
Almost.
you're
Yeah.
exactly right. And I hope that and I haven't even started promoting it really outside friends.
Yeah.
I haven't even shared it with my family yet because I'm not sure I want my brother on it. But anyway, so how did you learn? So Rick's, by the way, RSO oil, Bill,
Hmm.
is Rick Simpson oil, and
Okay.
that is the concoction that many cancer patients use when they get diagnosed to shrink
Okay.
their tumors.
Oh,
And
all
it's
right. Fantastic.
and it's named after a guy named Rick Simpson, who
Yeah.
was, I think, the first patient for it. I think, Amy, is how that call
I
came about.
believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, how did you understand what would
So,
the mix up, the mashes up. You know what I mean?
Okay, so here in Michigan, the way that we have our laws here, in 2008, we voted for this voter initiative law that the people put in place. And so we had patients and caregivers. Our program, caregiver can grow up to 72 plants and have 5 patients. So that's how it started out. So we have a lot of knowledgeable caregivers that would supply medicine. So I would give Jaden the Rick Simpson oil, but I would just put it into a capsule, just squirt the syringe of black goopy medicine in there.
Hmm.
Um,
It's
well,
very scientific, by the way. The goopy. It's a goopy amount.
yes, it is. And so then I was told I got a caregiver and I kept having to change it and increase it. And he said, Amy, you should add sunflower lecithin oil. So I do 7 grams of sunflower lecithin oil, 2 grams of RSO, marinate it for 3 or 4 days. Then I add in some terpenes, which is going to be your taste and your smell for the more calming effects.
Hmm.
And that's the medicine. It breaks through the blood barrier differently, so he doesn't get tolerant of the strain and the dose. He's been on the same medicine going on 5 years.
Wow, that's great. And he's just that's
And
wonderful news. And he's really improved. That's great.
Yes.
Wow,
and
Yes.
he
that's
and
wonderful.
he and he's a huge sports fan. He
Yeah.
loves the Detroit Lions, and a very knowledgeable one too. I've heard him talk about it before. I've had talks with him. Now, I got to tell you, there's a new person in our little hangout,
Frank. Yeah.
and I've never met Frank, but I think I was just introduced to him about an hour ago. Yeah, because I got emails from him. Frank,
Well,
are you
and
there?
I just want to say really quick, Jimmy, Jaden, he's seen your newscast that we right at the beginning. And he said, "Oh, I love Jimmy. Oh my gosh, look at Jimmy. This is great." So he just wanted to say hi real quick.
Oh my God! Hey, Jaden, how you doing? By the way, your son has the greatest head of hair.
He
I mean,
does.
I am so freaking jealous. Okay,
That's
now,
amazing. Yeah.
now I've got to. Do you got to go run, Aim? Do you have to go back to
Yeah,
being a mom? Okay,
yeah.
I'll check with you later. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Great to see you. Appreciate it. You're
Nice to
part of
meet you,
history.
Bill.
Yeah.
Thank
Nice
you,
to meet you
Jimmy.
too, Amy. All the
Amy,
best.
you're part of
Yeah.
history because you're on my first show. All right, thank you. Now
Yay.
we get to turn to somebody I've never. Have I ever met you before, Frank?
Yeah, we met at the Summit Lounge with the live show.
Now I remember. Right. Okay. Wait.
Levy.
Wait. Are you Doc?
I'm the doctor, Dr. Levy.
Oh,
Alone.
now I know. I didn't think I ever knew your real name.
Yeah, I don't know how to do the phone, so I put in Dr. Levy, but this
Bill,
came up, my name.
Bill, so he's a fan. And by the way, he comes up on my he called me about 7:30 tonight, and it comes up as Dr. Levy Alone. Right?
That's
And
great.
he's a grower from Vermont. I hope I'm not, this is a closed circuit broadcast, Frank. So no one's seeing this but the three of us right now. And it comes up as #1 fan. Okay. Because
Nice.
this guy, Frank, you've been watching what I've produced, I think since 2020. You think 5 years? You used to watch the Green Rush show with David and me.
Yeah, I used to watch ever since I found you. I've been watching you.
Right. And then Bill, you've seen my anchor, Elena Pinto. She used to be on Channel 7. She's
Yes. And right, she's one of your proteges. Yes.
But well,
Yep.
I don't know about that. She had already made her way into a Boston market in her 20s.
Yes.
And
Okay.
then got fired for appearing in an Adam Sandler movie as an
Oh, that's right. Yes.
unidentified
Right.
extra,
Yeah.
right?
I remember
And
she was
without
very
asking
pretty.
permission- and she's worked with me for 3 years on the
Yeah.
news as my anchor. I'm going to call you Doc. Hey, Doc. I had asked her to come on too, but then I found out that you do have to pay to get on this show. Now I'm going to figure out a way. I have to be able to ask guests to
Yes.
come
Yeah. Right.
in without
Yeah.
having to pay for them.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I definitely have to work out what that is, but I'm learning about this school.com platform, and Doc showed up. We did 2 live remotes from the only legal social club in Massachusetts in Worcester. It's called the Summit Lounge.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really a lot of fun. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. I think we put maybe 50 or 75 people in there, and you know, again, I just keep trying to figure out ways to make a living. You know
Yeah.
that, right? Bill? Right. And
Absolutely.
but having people like this guy, and by the way, have you noticed the shirt that he's wearing? Can you see what he's wearing?
Oh yeah, PCM, I think.
That's Pro Cannabis Media. That is a
Oh, yeah.
collector's item. That's a
Oh,
collector's
wow. Very
and there's
cool.
that's right. It says it's a whole new world of weed because that's how
Yeah.
I closed my first ever podcast on cannabis.
Yeah.
And by the way, the school.com people, basically, you can sit down, Doc. It's all good, man. The school.com people, I had to clear with them that they had to know that my following is because I produce a national news show on the cannabis industry.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm lucky to have somebody as talented as Elena Pinto, because I know that if I had to do it on camera every single week, I would.
Yeah.
And please. Hi, I'm Jimmy Young, and it's time for School. That's School with a K. I love the name of this platform because it's the first course I'll be teaching where spelling really doesn't count. It's how words sound, how you pronounce them, and how clear your speech is. Do you have the mumbles? Do you have the dreaded itis, gap fillers? The course is called Teaching Generation Text to Talk. I've done this for decades as a professional broadcaster on TV. I've even won an Emmy Award as a sports talk show host for a kids show I co-created in the 1990s for the TV channel that I worked for in Boston. I've mentored hundreds of young people on their journey in the broadcast community, and I'm sure some of them will join me to share what they are doing now. And the whole idea of this is to get people to listen when you talk and to get them to understand you. I use the decades of experience I have in broadcasting to share the tools and exercises that will improve your oral communication skills, even the nonverbal ones. You know, many speech experts believe that 90% of communication is nonverbal. Do you make eye contact? Do you talk with your hands, like I do? Is your handshake firm or wimpy? All these skills will help you build your confidence by putting the phone down and actually talking to people. Do you have a personal elevator pitch? Who are you? Where are you from? What do you do for a living? What distinguishes you or differentiates you from others who might be applying for the same job? I've got 10 one-hour lessons that I'll be offering to individuals or in groups of 5. I call the workshops EPIC. That's E for enunciation, P for pronunciation, I for inflection, and C for cadence. I'll also be offering a free 1 hour, once a week call-in show where you could just join me to ask any questions you want. I've got a background in sports, so I love to talk about that, but I've also built a network for one of the most controversial industries in modern society. That's right, it's the cannabis industry. I'm the executive producer of the nation's only TV news-style show called Cannabis Coast to Coast News with the very talented Elena Pinto. Now, it's all about learning how to talk, to speak, to communicate like a broadcaster. It's epic. So join my community that I'm calling the Forever Young School of Communication. Sign up for the first course, Teaching Generation Text to Talk. And for now and forever, I'm Jimmy Young, and I look forward to talking to you.